Kenner-Jones, your Douglas County District 2 Commissioner, and I've had the absolute pleasure of serving as the chairperson for the World Cup Watch Party Committee for Douglas County. Today we have here Evony and Coriya, and in a moment I'll let them introduce themselves and tell you a little bit about where we are. But we wanted to have an opportunity to make sure that the public knows the who, the what, the where, the when, and the why of why Douglas County is hosting a World Cup Watch Party. So I'll turn it over to you, Ms. Coriya Burns. Introduce yourself.
Absolutely. Coriya Burns. I am the chair for the Douglas County Travel and Tourism Board. Right now we are in exciting downtown Atlanta, just across from State Farm Arena in the Centennial Tower. And yeah, that's where we are.
I'm Evony Hammonds. I'm the Executive Director of Douglas County Travel and Tourism.
And for those that don't know exactly what Douglas County Travel and Tourism actually does, can you just tell us a little bit about your service to the community?
All right, I'll start off and let Evony pull up the rear here. You know, our responsibility is to promote the county. Overall, that's the big overall picture. I could give you this technical answer, I could tell you what our mission statement is, but at the end of the day, our responsibility, is to promote the county and make sure that people understand that we are an option outside of the Atlanta metro area.
I think you said it perfectly.
And so DCTT, correct me if I'm wrong, but you all are our destination marketing organization. What does that mean for an individual who may not know what a DMO is?
So most counties have a designated marketing organization, or a CVB, Convention and Visitors Bureau, excuse me. So we in the Douglas County, we are the DMO, and the Douglasville office is the CVB. They are connected to the convention center there. So the monies that are brought in from the hotels, in our case, it's just the Douglas County hotels, and most of them are located off of Thornton Road on Bob Arnold. But the monies collected, the tax monies collected from there, go back into promoting the county.
Excellent.
And with those, are you limited in your options or things that you can do with the funds that are collected from hotel motel tax? I know that that is a burning question that lots of our citizens have, and so we want to make sure that they know the why and the how of how that money is spent.
Absolutely. So the big portion of this, it's not your tax-paying dollars. Unless you stay at a Douglas County hotel, these are not your funds. So there are three buckets, and I don't know how technical we should go into this. So there are three buckets of hotel motel tax funds. There's a general fund, which the county can keep and use however they wish. There is a TCT fund, which is used for marketing, which you'll see the highway billboards or the billboards in the airport. And then there's a third part, the TPD funds, and those are tourism product development funds. So that's what we're using for the watch party games.
And so describe a little bit about what tourism product actually means and what types of things fall into those categories.
I love that question because since I've been on the board, I have seen Douglas County put on the map, literally. It warms my heart. If you've been at Atlanta Hartsfield Airport anytime in the last few years, you've probably seen Douglas County on display, which I think is incredible. We have billboards within the airport. The other thing is we have billboards along I-20. I've been all the way in Alabama coming back, and I was able to see billboards for Douglas County, as well as when I'm leaving downtown Atlanta in the afternoons or the evenings, headed back. So those are just a few of the ways that we put ourselves on display. You want to talk about some other things that we've done?
Sure.
The trails?
Sure. So we have 4 trails, DouglasCountyTrails.com. We have the Butterfly Trail, the Film Trail, the History Trail, and the, Agri Trail. I'm sorry, my mind just went blank. Agri Trails. So all of those trails are self-guided trails, and those are part of tourism product development funds. Those are things that bring tourists to the county, and they are actually quite popular. The Film Trail is
Absolutely.
Extremely popular.
I want to talk about 2 other things just to make sure. We also are tasked with promoting our hotels and motels in the area. That's a big part of what we do. So we have a very close relationship with our hotel partners, and we also make sure that we keep a certain amount of them on the board so that we can get advice and we're advised in the best way. And we don't want to forget about our incredible restaurants and the places to eat in Douglas County. We also make sure that we are promoting them on a continuous basis. And Chad would be upset if I did not mention all of our wonderful parks and recreational areas in the county as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so with those tourism dollars, I assume, not really assume, I know, that there are entities that you want to secure and get them to come to Douglas County, whether that's for them to host conferences or conventions or festivals like what we are doing with Douglas County Watch the Cup. And so could you talk a little bit about you all's efforts to make us a destination for that type of tourism and revenue generation?
Absolutely. So one thing we do in our office is we use the data. Data makes sense. If it can't be measured, it can't be monitored. So if it can't be monitored, it can't be measured. So we know where our guests are coming from. We know what they're doing in the county. In order to track them, they have to leave their home for at least 2 hours and stay in the county. They have to leave their home for 50 miles and stay in the county for 2 hours.
Oh,
so
wow.
We know exactly where they're coming from. We know if they're from the airport and they're just staying in the hotels, or if they're here for vacation. We know all of this information. So we use this data to promote, which is why you see the billboards at the Alabama state line. We're at all of the state lines, by the way. Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, Georgia, which is another popular billboard. Alabama, we are in Alabama. We have actually 2 in Alabama on I-65, one in Huntsville and one right outside of Birmingham, one in Augusta, and then one at the Georgia-South Carolina state line. But we know that people are coming from those areas, which is why we have spent funds in those areas to promote.
And I love that the data speaks for itself, that this is you all being excellent stewards of the hotel motel tax that Douglas County collects to make sure that you're putting it back into the community, that you're attracting people here so we can generate some revenue for our bedroom community. And so that kind of brings me to questions about the big picture. What does it mean to Douglas County to be hosting 2 of the World Cup watch parties in the metro Atlanta area?
I think that's a phenomenal question, because for me, it's always important to make sure that we shine the light on our county. We love our community, right? But we want people to come and experience everything that we know and we've known for so long. We do have incredible restaurants. We do have incredible attractions. And we're more than just Six Flags. Can I just say that, right? Nothing wrong with Six Flags, but there's so many other things that you can do in the county. So for me, one of the most important things as it relates to, the World Cup is to make sure that we absolutely shine a light on Douglas County. People are coming in for this game, but we want them to come back for vacations. We want them to come back and maybe plan their family reunions. We want people to make sure that they know that Douglas County is a viable location for anything that they can, think of when it comes to vacation.
And that is a perfect segue. We're going to take a quick break, and we hope that you come back to watch the next installment of Douglas County's District Dialogue. Welcome back to our World Cup Watch Party District Dialogue. We again are here with Evony Hammonds and Coriya Burns from DCTT, learning all about the why of Douglas County hosting a World Cup Watch Party.
Absolutely.
So tell us, before we cut to break, we were talking a little bit about making sure that we're doing this because it's an opportunity for us to promote individuals coming back to Douglas County, making sure that they're coming and using our parks and recs, that tourism ends up hustling and bustling, thriving in Douglas County. So I would love for you, from a tourism perspective, to kind of explain to the general public how an event like this can elevate Douglas County to people who otherwise would not know we're here.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to talk about it from a different perspective, and I think some parents may be able to understand. So I am a soccer mom through and through, have been a soccer mom forever. It seems like 19 years. No exaggeration there. But one thing that I learned when my son would travel is we would go to these areas and we'd be like, I didn't know this area was here. I didn't know this area had this. And a lot of those areas, I will say over the years, we returned to, one, because we felt welcome, and two, because it was a fresh, something fresh that we may not have known about. I really want to be able to see us put Douglas County on the map that way. I mean, who doesn't want to visit a yurt? I didn't know what a yurt was until I moved to Douglas County, right? But Sweetwater Creek State Park, the most visited park in the entire state, people need to know that that sits right in our community. So that's the perspective that I look at it from. Evony probably has a different perspective, and they both are right, by the way. So go ahead.
So when you consider our visitors and our guests, so they're mostly business travelers, but they don't realize how close we are to the city of Atlanta. Depending on where you're going, it could take you 10 to 30 minutes to get anywhere in the city of Atlanta. So that is a big draw for our hotel guests.
Absolutely. Not to mention that when you come to Douglas County, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get free breakfast and free parking.
Oh, that's absolutely something that we want to talk about. So are you meaning in terms of the hotels where guests potentially could stay as they come for the big games here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, that they would be able to come park for free, eat for free if they're staying at Douglas County hotels?
Some of the hotels, most of the hotels offer a free breakfast or an option for breakfast.
Right,
But
absolutely.
we always say, come stay, play, and visit.
That's right.
I love it. I absolutely love that. So what kind of impact do you anticipate for local businesses, such as restaurants or retail, small vendors, as we welcome residents and individuals from the metro Atlanta area, but also globally to Douglas County?
I'm glad that you used the word impact, because I really want our hotels as well as our restaurants to understand that this is not just an opportunity for people to come in one time. You need make sure that you're collecting data. Make sure that you have a way to communicate with people who may not speak the same language. Make sure that you have a way to communicate with them once they leave the county, so that you can offer them to an opportunity to come back. So when we talk about impact, we're not just talking about World Cup. We're talking about ongoing, even after the World Cup has come and gone.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I assume that long-term impact is one of your missions through DCTT?
Yes.
You want to tell us a little about that?
So that's what we're here for. While they may be coming for the games, we want them to come back. And we want to take this opportunity to show off our restaurants, our attractions like the alpaca farms. We have 2 in our county, which I think we actually have more coming, but people love alpacas. But we want to just show off our county, and this is a great opportunity to say, hey, I know you were only here for a short amount of time, but please come back and stay and visit.
Absolutely.
And so with that being said, how do you kind of envision these watch parties positioning Douglas County within the greater metro Atlanta area?
I'll go. So one of the things that I love about what we put together, and thank you for your leadership. Thank you for the vision that you had to make sure that we were a part of this world event, right? But one of the things that I love is you'll be able to come and do everything at one place. Generations, will be able to come together. Grandma, mom, the kids, the grandkids, everybody will be able to come and eat, play, watch the game, have a great time. That is in direct correlation to what our county offers. You can come and stay, play, and visit in Douglas County. So you're going to get an excellent opportunity to see exactly what the county is about at this event. And I'm glad that it all, marries over our mission. It does.
And let's be real, not everyone has a ticket to the game.
Right.
Traffic is going to be a nightmare. So you may as well come to Douglas County, or if you're already there, come to the watch parties with us. Celebrate, have fun, lay in the grass, watch the games.
Absolutely.
Eat good food.
Eat good food, absolutely. And I love that you said that the watch parties really are kind of a microcosm of what Douglas County already has to offer. Our Parks and Recs are a large part of Douglas County's identity. Our soccer leagues, even our extended activities, baseball, softball, things like that. So people love to come to Douglas County to participate in those things and have a good bite to eat, and just really some family-centered fun. So I'm glad that you brought that up. Can you talk a little bit about the collaboration efforts behind the scenes and how Douglas County government and DCTT has really been working together to partner for these events?
Yeah. So we began meeting about the watch parties, I want to say last October. I can't remember. So we've been working with the CAC, the Cultural Arts Council of Douglasville, Douglas County, the Douglas County Chamber, obviously the local government, Douglas County government, and some other entities to make sure that we all have a great time, a safe time, and my mind just went blank. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's okay. Well, I will just follow up with the fact that, Douglas County Travel and Tourism actually started looking at this 2 years ago.
That is true.
Which is wild to even say that. And we weren't really sure how everything was going to play out. I'll be really honest. We're one organization. This is a perfect example of how we bring all of our resources together in the county. And like I said, through leadership, bring everybody to one table. We don't have to survive on an island by ourselves.
Absolutely.
We have all of these incredible entities right in the county, and that's what the end result of all of this is going to be, a collaborative effort.
I love that. For somebody visiting Douglas County for the first time, what can they expect if they attend one of these watch parties?
They may expect to move to the county after they see all of our hospitality. But they say, look, how they say in Atlanta, we're full. No, we're not. No, but seriously, to feel welcome. That's why I'm in Douglas County. I was coming to the county every week and doing different things, and then I finally said, why am I not living here? So they can absolutely, expect to be welcomed.
Yes, and we encourage everyone to come see us when you're at the watch parties. Come to our booth, introduce yourself. We want to know who you are and where you came from, and we might have a little prize for you.
Absolutely.
I love that. Well, we are going to take another quick break and then look forward to welcoming you back to Douglas County, and maybe you'll move here when we come back on our next segment of District Dialogue. Welcome back to District Dialogue. We are still here talking with the fabulous Coriya Burns and Evony Hammonds and trying to find out exactly why Douglas County is so important to host these community watch parties and make sure that we are having a welcoming, dynamic environment for individuals to come and participate in the largest global game really ever of any sport. Yes. So this is absolutely fantastic to have you here. So before we went to break, you all were discussing and talking about making sure that people feel welcome. So with that, what kinds of things are going to be available for families to do when they are at these watch parties?
Sure. Start off.
So I will start with our booth. So as I was saying before, please make sure you stop by and see us. We will have giveaways, commemorative pins for everyone, and a few other special surprises. Outside of our booth, we will have vendors, arts and crafts to purchase, a DJ,
Absolutely.
kids corner, an opportunity to, I'll let you take this over.
Sure.
About your son.
So I talked earlier about being, it seems like a lifelong soccer mom. But I have a son who studies in Rome, Italy. He's played soccer since he was 3. He'll be graduating next month, but he attends Rome City Institute. He will be home. He is excited. He will be at our booth, not only to just be there, but for any children that are thinking about playing soccer on an international level. He'll be there to answer questions. He's going to bring home some gear from Rome City Institute, and he'll also be doing some training camps throughout the time that everything will be going on. So parents, come ask your questions, get them answered, find out about the specific school he goes to, or just about attending school and playing soccer on an international level altogether, which I think is kind of cool.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
wonderful.
And so do I understand there's going to be a kids fun park festival that's going to be included in this? Tell us a little bit about what's going on with that.
So that is being brought to us by Chad at Parks and Recs. So there will be a children's bounce house, a rock climbing wall, I believe, and a video gaming center for kids.
Wow. Yeah, I want to go.
And they're also going to have little mini matches too, right? For the kids, they're going to have mini soccer fields.
Yes, Georgia Storm will be helping us with some mini matches, and then, like I said, Bryce will be there. He can do some training camps as well. Food, did I say food before? As you can see, I love food. We'll have food vendors there, and we're very grateful to CAC stepping up and making sure that we have just a plethora of things on site for people to do. You won't be tired of everything that we have going on site.
Absolutely. So what are some of the key things that both residents and visitors should know before attending the games?
One of the key is to have a ticket. While it is a free event, you must have a ticket to attend. So tickets will go on sale for the June event, which takes place on June 27th. Tickets will go on sale June 1st. For the July event, that's going to happen on Sunday, July 19th, and tickets for that event will go on sale on July 1st. So you'll have to go to watchthecupdouglas.com to get your tickets.
Yep, and the tickets are free.
They are
but
free.
You definitely need to register because we want to be able to plan appropriately for everyone that's going to be on site.
And tell us a little bit about, or I can fill in anything, but really want people to be prepared. So any things that they should plan to bring with them to the event, particularly because it's a no re-entry event. How should folks prepare?
Good question. So no coolers.
Right.
Of course, we'll provide everything on site. Clear bag policy. I'm trying to make sure that I go through everything. But just bring yourself a lot of energy and just ready to have a good time. I mean, if we feed you and there's music and there's something for the kids to do, I mean, that's your whole day taken care of right there. But everything will be on site that you need, so you don't have to worry about lugging big coolers and things like that to the event.
But they do need to remember to bring your lawn chair. It is an open air, open seating event, so you will need to have your own chair. Make sure you prepare, or blankets for small kids, things like that. For those traveling to Douglas County, what should they know about lodging and accommodations, and how should they prepare for the influx of visitors?
So if you would like to reserve a hotel room, now's the time to do that because they will sell out, and probably within the next month. So if you are traveling and you're planning on coming to Atlanta, to the city of Atlanta, to participate in any festival activities, I would strongly suggest using public transportation. Now, Connect Douglas has a bus that can take you from the hotels or the Walmart parking lot on Thornton Road to Cobb Link.
Yes.
Cobb Link, which will take you to MARTA, which will take you right to Atlanta Stadium.
Yes.
That is absolutely amazing. And so before we close out, I'd love to hear from each of you. What makes Douglas County the perfect place to come and participate in our Watch the Cup Douglas watch parties?
I'll say it again, it's the same thing. You can eat, stay, and play. It's just that simple. You can do everything in the county that you need to do. That's how they got me, right? It's like I was going on this date and it was a perfect date and I was like, why don't we just get married? No, seriously, you can find everything. I find myself so many times not needing to leave the county for anything. And where people used to invite me out and say, oh, come to downtown Atlanta, let's meet here. Now I feel so comfortable saying, come to Douglas County. Right. You know, we can do everything that we need right in our county, and I think that's the most important thing for me.
So Douglas County is home. Home is where your heart is, and we want everyone to come and feel what we feel. visit our website, exploredouglascountyga.com, and learn the secrets to the county. Learn where we go for fun. Learn all of these things that we want you to know. Find out the best restaurants, where to, as you just said, stay, play, and visit in Douglas.
Well, I'd just like to say thank you both so very much for giving us this beautiful location and the view, bringing Douglas County into downtown and bringing hopefully downtown into Douglas County to make sure that they are able to come and truly live, work, eat, play, enjoy all the things that Douglas County has to offer. I would like to remind you all again, the dates for our Watch the Cup matches are going to be on June the 27th as well as July the 19th. This is a family-friendly event on both days, so we hope to have you come out and enjoy our phenomenal DJs that we have lined up. We have live bands that are lined up.
We will have radio stations on site as well, and we'll be advertising on radio, so Star 94, Magic 107.5, 97.5, and La Raza. So if you recognize any of those media outlets, please come out and support them as well.
Absolutely. Douglas County is certainly a major player at this point on the global world stage, bringing this event to you, and we hope that our residents thoroughly enjoy it. And we are so thankful that both of you ladies have worked so hard to make this a realistic possibility for Douglas County. We hope that you have enjoyed this installment of Douglas County's District Dialogues, and we hope that you enjoy the events and come and live, work, eat, stay, and play in Douglas County.